So hello and welcome to Cookie's Fishing Capers, and today I'm back at Arley and I'm fishing my 2 rods with the chickpeas again, and I'm back on the left bank. So that's where the left bank is there, and I'm right at the very top of the meadow basically towards the bridge. It's a good 5 to 10 minute walk. As you can tell, I'm absolutely boiling. It's a scorching day, and yeah, hopefully we'll catch something. It's about 2:30, 3 o'clock. It's a boiling day today, and well, let's see how we get on. So my right hand rod is going to have 2 of my red chickpeas, a bit pinkier than normal, one of those situations, size 6 barbless, on an 8-pound fluorocarbon. And then there's my feeder again with all the chickpeas at the bottom, which should act as a bomb. So when it hits the bottom of the river, it should send all the particles and the pellets along that channel. So my right hand rod, which will be the John Wilson rod, that's going to my right hand side into the depths there. I'm using a 50 gram because I want to hold it into that area. And the left hand rod, which is my older rod, will be going straight down the current. So hopefully whatever feed comes down there will end up on that rod further down. Let's see how we get on. Now on my Codex rod, my old rod feeder, I've gone 40 gram. The flow's quite low actually. The river's a good foot or so lower than normal, even in the summer. So anyway, I've got the chickpeas as usual at the bottom of the black cap feeder, and what I've done is I've flavoured them in like a orangey syrup, you know, like you buy from your Tesco's, like you put in flavourings for your cakes and stuff, like a little liquid, tiny bit amount. And I've also put curry powder. So fingers crossed, folks. Just to show you my setup, so we got the one rod to the right here, out in the middle. And my left hand rod, as you can see, is just down in the flow there, just a little bit way to the left. Done it deliberately, obviously. I don't want the 2 rods crossing should one go or the other. I've been here about 15-20 minutes, but I've had to reel in twice already because of boaters. I'm not a great fan of starting too early down here because of the canoeists and things like that. As I say, I'll probably kick in with my fishing properly in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, probably around about 4 o'clock. Mainly because obviously with all the canoeists and stuff, it does get a little bit tricky, especially with 2 rods, as you can imagine. Anyway, we shall see what happens. So the right hand rod's got the 2 red chickpeas, and the left hand rod's got the orange flavoured curry powdered chickpeas. And let's see how we get on. So, about 15-20 minutes in, my left hand rod with the orange flavoured curry powder, weird I know, that's had a couple of little taps on the left hand side. I would say they were more like chub bites, with very little tiny taps, nothing too drastic. Come back to you. Well, my right hand rod's just gone, and I think it's a chub. It is a chub. Let's have a look. There we go. It's in. Well, you're not going to believe it. So, as I'm bringing my camera up to take the filming of the first chub, my other rod's just gone off, and I've managed to get them both in the net amazingly. And it's a bit tricky because they're a bit lively. There you are, 2 chub around about the same weight. One on a chickpea at £7 fluorocarbon, with 1 chickpea on, which was the orange one, and the 2 chickpeas, the red chickpeas, my favourite, with it was actually the bigger one. Yeah, he's having a little poops, I think. So anyway, I'm going to put these straight back and catch up in a bit. So there you go. That's the red chickpeas, spicy Indian spice with paprika, peppered all over it. And yeah, we'll get John Wilson rod back out. So how are we doing? So what I've been doing is I'm still catapulting chickpeas to the right, following the swim down. Since those 2 chub, it's gone a little bit quiet. In fact, the right hand rod, and I do remember fishing this peg before, there's a snag midway to the right hand side of me here, so I'm trying to avoid it. I'm not doing a very good job. I've lost all my gear once, just got jammed up. So yeah, it's one of those situations, isn't it? But it's still early doors. I'm still hopeful. Nice decent barbel or a chub would be perfect. Little tip, if ever you have problems with losing stops, you know, like boilie stops, things like that, take some dried spaghetti. You probably saw it already. I've run out of stops today, but I always keep a spare dried spaghetti because, as you can see, they work just as good. The only thing I will say, there's a time limit on them because they do eventually go soft, but it does take a hell of a long time before they do. But just note that first. Just setting up the right hand rod with the 3 chickpeas again, and the left hand rod's gone. It's either a decent chub or it's a small barbel. Not entirely sure, but it went off pretty quick, so I think it's a barbel personally. Can't see it. Where are you? Small barbel. Yeah, a bit nervous to say the least. Wow, that's definitely a fishing capers moment, wasn't it? So he's definitely not one to weigh, but I'm going to take him nevertheless because it is quite hot conditions. But yeah, just get him sorted for you. It's a bit of a live wire to say the least. He's even getting his dorsal fin up there for you. I'd say no more than £3. I'll take it all day and night though. And that was on a single chickpea. I went down on to a size 7 and one single chickpea on a size 8 barbless, and that was the result. So I'll stick to that with the left hand rod, and John Wilson rod I'll stick with the bigger the chickpeas, the 2 or 3 chickpeas on that, so we can get something a bit bigger on that one. But I'll come back to you in a bit. So we're into one on the left hand side. I think it's a chub. Doesn't feel very big. In fact, almost deadly certain it's a chub. The fight's not like a barbel. Definitely a chub. Ooh, getting angry. Oh dear. No, he's suddenly got angry on me before, but he has. I think it's because it's shallow water here. Do you know what? It's not a bad little chub actually. We'll come back to you in a bit. This one's a bit of a warrior. He's it's not massive, but yeah, I'd say he's about £1.5 pounds. But I'll take him. That's on the single chickpea, so I might find it down on the other rod as well and see if that makes a difference. I'll catch up with you in a bit. There's no doubt about it, all the action at the moment is on that left hand rod down that inside crease there. No question about that. I've had 2 or 3 very sharp hits. Nothing yet, but yeah. It's typical now, I'm videoing it, rod's not moving at all now, but I've had 2 or 3 very sharp whacks. It's 7:20 in the evening now, and yeah, I've got to say, I've had a couple of knocks. John Wilson's rod on the right hand side today has been a bit unlucky, to be honest, because whenever I've casted to the right I've been snagged up 2 or 3 times today, to be honest. That one's, and then I had a hit, reeled, nothing there, so it's ever so strange. So yeah, looks like today my old rod's going to be the winner. But plenty of time yet, still got an hour and a half or so before I start planning to call it a day. So you probably can tell it's getting a bit darker now. I'm going to give it half an hour. In fact, I'm probably going to make this my last cast. Right hand rod's got the 2 chickpeas, red paprika. That's that one. And the left hand rod, which is the one that's been the busiest. Same place, the orange and curry flavour. I mean, what a weird flavour that is, but give it a whirl and it's worked. Yeah, but it's just gone quiet the last hour and a half. I mean, normally, traditionally, And it's about this time it gets a bit more bites, but it's just gone quiet. The whole peg has just gone. We're in. Forgot what was I saying again? This has got a chub feel about it. I don't know actually. Travelling up the river like a barbel. I don't know. I don't know what to say, I think it's a chub or a barbel. It's coming up really. Chub. And there we have it. So we have another chub. I'd say a pound, pound and a quarter. Nothing more really. But yeah, I'll probably just give it one more cast, see what happens, and I'll come back to you in a bit. So today has been really another learning curve for me, because I do remember fishing this peg last year, and it was always down that far area near that bush. That seemed to be the place where I was catching the fish, and it seems the same way again. The strange thing is the right hand rod with the John Wilson one, apart from one chub earlier, there's been no action in this area at all. It's all been further down the swim. So the orange and curry powder. So what? Just to give you an idea, orange like sort of flavouring you get from John Wilson rod just went. Anyway, sorry. I was using like an orange flavouring, like a Tesco thing. It was actually coloured orange as well. I just put a bit in with the chickpeas this morning in the air fryer. Shook them up and I put like a yellow dye on it. Didn't dye it very much. It wasn't like the yellow the powder I normally use. It was like a dye you get from Tesco's and other places like that. I tipped it in, shook it all up, put some curry powder on top. There just seems to be more fish in this vicinity. The barbel was from that area, the chub was from that area. Apart from one fish that was out here earlier today, nothing else has happened. So I hope you can see me. Light is fading very fast. I've decided to call it a day. It's been a tough day, but I can't grumble. I've managed to catch mainly chub today and a barbel. That noise you can hear, by the way, are the horses. They're all running over across the way again. Anyway, I hope you like what you've seen today. If you have, hit the like button. And if you want to see more, smash up the subscribe. Thanks for watching.